Well, hey, we are continuing our series on how the different gifts hear God. And so today we are going to talk about the encourager. Who is it that you're going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about Moses.
Yes.
And you're going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about Paul. Characters out of the Bible, people out of the Bible we wanted to talk about just to give you examples. It's not the only way they hear God, but sometimes the different gifts hear God in different ways. So,
Yes. Well, it's obvious that the one thing that probably will be highlighted to them is it's about the people. So they're going to hear God, of course, for themselves, but a huge amount of time it will be filtered through people and how to affect people and how to help people and how to, gather people. So that's very obvious in Moses. He took the Hebrews into the promised land, got them set free, and they have a passion to see people set free and live life, and he did that for them. And, God came to him in a burning bush. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But the whole thing it was about the people, and, let my people go. So that's how God spoke through Moses, is let my people go, because he knew that Moses would resonate at that, because he was so passionate about freedom for the people. So that's a lot of times how they're going to hear God, is they're going to hear God for people, for mass amounts of people, not just a couple of people in their midst. So it's one example.
well, very often they're the ones that end up being leaders.
Yes,
Because they are about leading people.
They're brave. I mean, that's just in them, and so it doesn't scare them to lead a huge amount of people. They have kind of an interesting bravery to them, or they seem to not be intimidated by a lot of stuff. I mean,
that is true.
Moses went up the mountain. Nobody else wanted to go up.
That's true.
And that did not intimidate him. So that's a huge superpower of theirs, is they're not scared to do the scary things.
Yes, the other people would think is scary.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, and the thing that with Paul and even with Moses is that sometimes they hear in very dramatic encounters with God. So, I mean, you already mentioned the burning bush, and then of course we all know the story of Paul, and he gets knocked off the horse, and so it was very dramatic. And the other thing I wanted to bring out is with Paul, we know that he went to Ananias' house. And Ananias is the Lifegiver. And so I think it is really good to understand that each gift has a different focus. And so like with Paul and Moses, they're focused on the masses, on the people, how the most people can be affected. But there is a community, and all the gifts work together. So here we have the Lifegiver that comes in and really is the minister to help Paul make that transition from Saul to Paul.
Right.
And so how instrumental is it that Ananias played in Paul's life? So it's like the masses wouldn't have been reached unless he would have... For the good.
Because he was leading masses
absolutely.
To kill people.
Yes.
I mean, he always had a following that would stone people. So he was leading people
all the
his
time.
Whole life. Yeah.
Yes, all the time.
Yes.
But yes. So,
and they just have favor. I mean, if you look at Moses got picked up by Pharaoh's daughter, and he was supposed to be killed, but she loved him and took him in the palace, and there was favor there. So there's just a special quality of favor that follows them in whatever they're called to do or be. So,
well, and another one of the characteristics that we talk about in the book somewhere, but is like each of the gifts has an area that is a challenge to them or that they have to overcome. So with the encourager, they have to learn to pull aside and choose the best over the good. And so sometimes what happens is situations come to where it almost forces them in a scenario where they have to do the best. And so particularly in Paul's life, what happened with him is he was put in prison where he was confined, to where we now have the benefit of what he produced during that time in his life where he was not able to get out and you know. And so talk about affecting the masses. He's affecting people beyond his death.
Right. And Moses had to go to the desert to run away from from a mistake he made or something he did. So he had to separate himself a while from the people he was to lead.
Yes. And that's sometimes the hard part, because this gift loves people so much they always want to choose to be with people versus pulling away and being by themselves. But it is in that being by themselves time that they have the greater downloads from God.
Yes.
To be able to capture more of the masses.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. Very well said. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway, we just want to, we'll leave that with you today, and we'll be back with more information on the next
Yes.
gift.
And if you want to know more, you can purchase this book.
We'll put the link down below where you can either download a digital copy of the book, or if you're interested in a physical copy, we'll have an email there. You can email us and we'll get you connected and get you a copy mailed out.
Yes.
So be blessed.
Yes. Blessings. Bye.
Bye.